Let's do a little bit of deep dive into the transform simulation. And I want to make sure that you get this so you can be prepared to win when we're working together. So some of the questions that we've been asking in the background development is how do we teach strategy and transformation differently? Now we can do this over weeks, we can do it over days. We also ask, how can we develop more transformational capacities? How can we develop more transformational leaders? How can we align very diverse teams around what we call the 10 principles of transformation? And how can we help students like yourself really connect the different disciplines, strategy, transformation, finance, and team into one single framework? This is the environment we'll be working in. We're going to be using Zoom as a video platform. We're going to be using Miro as a collaboration platform. And you'll be working real time in your own workspaces collectively. So, quick recap, Transform in 30 seconds. In Transform, you guys take on the role of the new management team within an established company. Your job, transform the company, reach 50 billion market cap, and please avoid going bankrupt. Please. Not as easy as it sounds, though. This is based on real life insights on how transformation works, why it works, and why it doesn't work. You have to relive a lot of those experiences. You have to navigate a massive level of complexity. You have to make rapid fire decisions on strategy, investments, partnership, and outright hostility towards the other teams if you so choose. Because you will be competing, and you'll over time build up very different strategies, very different strategy paradigms, and also management attitudes and behaviors. First team to 50 market cap win. And along the way, you have to navigate this. This is the transform triangle. The transform triangle is really the key to unlocking transform. Continuously, you will be working on when should we do profits? Because there are plenty of chance to take more profits and build cash and build a strong balance sheet. But at the same time, you also have to invest into new business models and basically build the future opportunities of your company. And then finally, which is for many the most challenging part, how do we work with financial analysts? Financial analysts represent your shareholders and your investors. And they may not always be happy with your performance. Expect analysts to be challenging, tough, and demanding. And then you and your team, you will have to continuously adjust and align around these three areas. Should we focus on this axis? Should we focus on this axis? Or should we focus on this axis? Company card, quick recap. So we have different company cards. Here we have Car Wagon, Jetways, and Lifebook. You'll get a chance to choose. We have your roles. Very important. You need to step into these roles and you have to live these roles for the duration of the simulation. CEO. The CEO is responsible for the overall team performance. You need to be able to handle complexity and see through the fog and expect to work very closely with capital markets. CSO, the Chief Strategy Officer, handles all aspects of strategy, business model, and a lot of the work that happens on the canvases. It's a big role, a lot of multitasking, and expect to be doing a lot of the work along the way. CFO, very important. The CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, is in charge of all aspects of finance, capital markets, investor relations, accounting, cash flow, valuation methods, business model valuations, and overall company valuation. You don't need to master all of this, but it's good if you like to count. Now, just in case, let's say that you are maybe just two people on the team. Well, in that case, we bring the CEO and the CFO into the same role. Maybe you have 4 or even 5 people on your team. In this case, we have the innovation manager, we have the investor relation managers, and then we have board members. So you can easily have up to 5 people on your team. Now, what will you experience? Well, as you and your team take on the role of a new management team, you will be challenged, always under time pressure and time constraint, to develop a strategy and make strategic decisions. You will be exposed to strategic dilemmas, hostile competitors, capital markets, and all of the real-life factors that a management team normally has to deal with. A lot of people, they get overwhelmed. They function poorly as a team. They get stressed. They make bad decisions. They're unable to collaborate on strategy, and they're unable to beat the competition. This is completely by design. You may not like it, but this is how we have created it, because we are reliving the real-life experiences of hundreds of leaders that I've had a chance to work with over the years. It's an advanced simulation. We are going to test your strategic leadership skills in action. It's going to be fun. It's going to be demanding. And there's nothing about this that's going to be easy. Now, in terms of the outcomes, what we expect to see in terms of outcomes is better teamwork, more strategic leaders, stronger team alignment. You're going to learn how to use new strategy frameworks. You're going to learn new ways of thinking about strategy, ways that you probably haven't covered in class with Professor O'Driscoll. But most importantly, at a personal level, you're going to start to really develop your own strategic thinking. And I'll guarantee you, these are skills that you can bring with you into any kind of role after you graduate.